Alright, welcome back to another video from Insectech's Android Application Penetration Testing course. In this video we're going to discuss unintended data leakage. So basically when an application processes sensitive information taken as input from the user or any other source, it may result in placing that data in an insecure location on the device. And that insecure location could be accessible to other malicious apps running on the same device, and thus leaving the device in a serious risk state. So what does all that mean? So basically when you are doing something with your application and if it is allowing you to copy the data associated with your application somewhere on the device, and if any other application sitting on the same device is able to access the data that you have placed somewhere on the device, then that's a problem. So that is what exactly is known as unintended data leakage. So examples could be something like URL caching. If your URLs are cached somewhere and if they are accessible to other applications, then that's a problem. Keyboard press caching, when you are typing something in your device application and if it is getting stored somewhere on the device, and if other applications are able to access that data from your device, that's again a problem, right? And copy paste buffer caching. Let's say your application is some banking application and you're copying some credit card number, and the moment you copy it, it will be kept in a place called clipboard, and the clipboard is publicly accessible to any other application. So if you're placing something sensitive onto the clipboard, that is dangerous. So we're going to see that. And application backgrounding, this is something which is specific to iOS applications. We have discussed it in iOS application security testing course. And then logging is something which is basically used for debugging the applications. This is probably being used by developers. So when applications are developed, developers use logging to understand whether the application is properly functioning or not. We'll see an example of this. HTML5 data storage as well. If any application is developed using HTML5, that data storage associated with HTML5 applications is also one problem. And browser cookie objects and analytics data sent to third parties. For example, you take your IMEI number is actually being sent to a third-party application like Amazon or something. That again is a problem. So your data is getting leaked, right? So these are all the examples of unintended data leakage. So let's have a quick look at some examples of how this can work, and when you are performing a black box testing or when you're performing a source code review, how you can actually go ahead and check for this kind of problems. So in this course we're going to see copy paste buffer caching as well as logging, right? So let's begin. First install this copy paste buffer caching application as well as logging application in your emulator. So in my case, challenge 5 and challenge 1. Install these two applications in your emulator. So let's go to ist or whatever the directory that you have in your system, and apk adb space install space challenge 5.apk. Perfect. And challenge 1, of course this is capital C, just observe that. Perfect. So everything is set now. We can go ahead and see how this particular unintended data leakage works in Android applications now. So let's first have a quick look at, let me minimize this. So let's have a quick look at challenge 5 application, right? So this is actually an application which reads data from the clipboard. So before going to read something from the clipboard, let's take a simple vulnerable application. Let's say SMS application is vulnerable to this particular vulnerability. So let me launch my SMS application. Where is it? SMS. Oops, looks like it's not there. Probably you can take this, or else let's take this application which we have created for a SQLite database example. Challenge 4. This one. When we were registering, yeah, you can actually, let's say SRINI, you just select it and copy this. In my case, I'm just using cut. Fantastic, we have copied something onto the clipboard. Now let's see how my malicious application can actually read that data. So the malicious application in this case is challenge 5. If you see this paste from clipboard, fantastic, whatever the data that you have copied is getting pasted using this particular application. So basically, if your applications are allowing data to be copied, that's a problem. If the data that is being copied is sensitive, yes, that's a problem. Not all data, but if the data that is being copied is sensitive, that's a problem. So by default, if your field is password field, you cannot copy the data, but fields like username fields are actually vulnerable to this particular vulnerability. So just in case, if you are developing an application and if that is holding some sensitive data where you are asking the user to enter it in a text field, then make sure you're not allowing the copy functionality, right? So this is how one can actually exploit this side channel data leakage if your application is copying something onto the clipboard, right? So that's all I have in mind for this video. Thanks for watching it. Thanks a lot.